Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. We have prices higher overnight led by soybeans. In just about 10 or 15 minutes ago, soybean market saw a jump of 20 cents in about a second. This follows yesterday's trade early in the morning where a 1,200 contract buy order in beans jumped beans 12 cents, got us over $15 and hit buy stops in the marketplace. We saw open interest yesterday up 23,000 contracts in beans, 8,000 in meal, 11,000 in soybean oil, and 12,000 contracts in corn. We continue to notice that traders are buying corn and beans and selling wheat against it. As far as the bean market is concerned, it looks like La Nina is going to provide some drier than normal conditions for the month of February for parts of Paraguay, Argentina, and southern Brazil. Also, we'll be watching pretty closely some dryness in western Paraná and Mato Grosso. The rains in central and northern Brazil may be slowing harvest down, with talk that in the month of January, there was a record amount of soybean exported out of Brazil. There's also a record amount of boats waiting to be loaded. There's no beans to load them because farmers are not selling, in part due to the higher real, and so the demurrage is starting to pick up. And for 2 days in a row, we've seen China come in and buying U.S. new crop soybeans, despite the fact that they are on holiday. So there's a lot of debate on how much the soybean crop in South America is down, and even more important, how much the USDA will drop it February 9th. But there is a consensus that our demand for U.S. bean exports and crush is growing, and that the carryout eventually could be below 200 million bushels. It puts a lot of emphasis on more acres in 2022 for beans and offers support to the November bean market. Over in corn, again, talk about the lower South American crop increasing our export demand. Ethanol production here in the United States is running 13% above USDA's goal. And also, we would expect that these corn is going to find some buying as we need more acres in corn too. So yesterday was probably the first day in which you saw people writing about not only is corn and soybean 2021-22 situation getting tighter, but it also could carry over into 2022-23 until the next South American harvest. That puts a lot of support underneath the corn market and suggests right now corn is undervalued. Over in the wheat market, still the bulls need new news. There's nothing new out of the Russian-Ukraine thing that helped rally prices, and U.S. export pace continues to be slow. The USDA on February 9th could lower the U.S. wheat export number and raise the carryout, which is negative. But we are seeing that La Nina may be around until U.S. summer, which adds to the possibility of dry conditions, at least across the U.S. southern plains, hard red winter wheat areas. So I do think Kansas City wheat is undervalued. So outside markets, we're watching new news on inflation. We saw a big uptick in the NASDAQ because of Google earnings. We're also watching to see what the Fed does as far as increased rates and just what's coming out of Washington about various key policy issues that are beginning to go south for the administration. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.